Hey, greetings, folks. We did not finish this in time to go bike riding today. We made a valiant effort yesterday, but after dinner I was going to come out here and finish it up. But I am only human. I'm not an AI robot. Okay, not that an AI robot could do anything like this anyway. We are going to take a bike ride today, and we are going to ride a Schwinn Traveler, just not this red one. We're going to ride this black Schwinn Traveler, and this is the one I actually tested in the snow. I know it's good, and the only thing lacking is really an emblem. So as you can see, we have some ones to choose from. I don't think I'm going to glue the correct one back on. This actually didn't really come with the bike, but it is correct, and you can see some adhesive there too. I'm hoping that I can just screw in a normal Schwinn emblem until I figure out if I'm going to glue the other one on yet. It's dusty. It's been sitting around. We'll put you on the camera, and I think we'll put you on the time lapse or something. I think I was gonna use this one, but I'm saving that for another bike, and none of these would look right. That's the correct one. That's not happening today. And these really nice ones have date codes on them. This is a pretty good one, but it's got this weird smash and purple paint on it. I don't know what's going on there. And the rest of these are pretty rough. A lot of basket rubs. There's another one with wings in there too. I would love to put this one on, but the holes are different. It's for a way older bike. The holes are different. The spacing. And then there's this one, which is a little chewed up, but doesn't have a date code. So I think this is the one. We found some screws in here, a mini screwdriver. Wish me luck. I'm hoping that adhesive doesn't mess with the placement of it, like bulging it out. And I'm also hoping that these screws go in there, because maybe they didn't even, maybe the screws were different for the glue-on emblem, the holes, because these just have little pegs that pop in, with adhesive. So we're not getting that detailed today. I think I'm just going to chuck an emblem on and load up wifey's bike and go. I know this bike is good. I tested it. It's a little funky shifting into second, but I think that's the original cable and all that jazz. We are going to take it. So give me a second. Let's put you on the laps and listen to some terrible music. Tiny ones, and then there were some longer ones that you had to kind of work in. I had to get a better screwdriver. The adhesive is kind of in the way a little bit. It really should have the right emblem, but I don't have time to do all that today. It looks decent. At least there's not a date code on it, and the average person will never even know. They just see an old Schwinn, the average person won't know it's supposed to be like that one, or that there's a light missing and a little bag in the back and a generator system. This one, I don't think anybody really ruined the frame. You can see where it might have been rubbing a little bit on there. Maybe they took it off early. I'm not quite sure. Okay, we will see you out there. All is well. We're going on a bike ride before the rain comes. And thanks for tuning in. And your vote did count. I did work on that one. I think you guys are going to have to vote again, because I did not finish this. So it's the same vote. Finish the Traveler or work on the Speedster. Okay, get your votes in. They do matter. Okay, peace out. We'll see you out there in the trail. And we're out here at Bent Creek. Right fender is rattling. I think it's the rear rivet in the chain guard, actually. There, that's better. Dear. Anyway, they recently redid these trails. They're very smooth. I wish I recently put new brake pads on this bike. Very smooth. And they put some green, I guess it's like some hay that grows out of that stuff. Pretty cool. They really did a great job. They resurfaced and re-graveled and repacked this whole area. Really nice. And here we are. Wasn't so bad of a hill. Maybe I should invest in some new brake pads. These are a bit squealy. Okay, let's see if the person I'm riding with wants to go down this way or to the lake. We're going to cut you off for a second. Hey folks, we are back from our ride. It was good. We avoided the rain. The rain came later, but we were already at home at that point. What I did notice on this black Traveler, all is well. It handled perfectly. The brakes were very squealy, and I didn't really notice that because when I tested it, it was a snowstorm. So there was minimal brakes. There was no squealing brakes when the snow was, when we were testing it. But yeah, it needs new pads. We got to get some new pads. Not a big deal. But I did notice, it's kind of a bummer, I couldn't get this wheel back far enough because I forgot to trim that little bolt in there. I don't know if you can see it in there. I got to trim that. It's one of those rivets I spun on the lathe to make it look like a rivet. It's actually a bolt. Yeah, I think I trimmed. I got to trim that one too. I can feel it under there. Anyway, so I got to kick the wheel back because the chain is too loose, and it wasn't really a big deal, but it was flapping a little bit on the chain guard. And normally it probably wouldn't do that, but I'm running this 23 on here, this gear. So it is, the chain's too loose and it's actually popping on that. So we got more work to do on this. We have to take the back wheel off, trim that fender bolt rivet, and probably that one up in there too, and kick the wheel back a little further. And then when we do that, we'll have to adjust this a little bit. But other than that, it handled flawless. It's really nice. Everything was working very well. The emblem turned out really good. And eventually I will glue the right emblem on there. But for now, that one's 90%. But we're back onto this. And if you notice on this 63, the chain doesn't even get near bonking on that. You'd really have to pull on that. And it's the same 23 tooth sprocket, but it's just the wheel is farther back because I used the pound-in rivets. So, you know, should I have used these rapid rivets on the other one? Oh, I didn't even change that one. I could still do that. We'll see. I'll probably just put that back in the stand, take the back wheel off, take the rivet bolt out, trim it, put it back in, kick the wheel back where it goes, and then adjust the shifter. Although the concentric arch of the fender is looking pretty good right now. But I think it should go back just a little bit so I can get rid of that. That was kind of bugging me. Anyway, yeah, let's get back on this. We're really close. I found some pedals for it. I got the cable ready to go in. And let's get popping here. We got stuff to do. This is a nice new cable housing. and a brand new cable, a new ferrule. I don't like to crunch them with the ferrule tool. I just put them on. There's nice grease in there. It's ready to go. Okay, we'll pop it on. I gotta invest in a bulk of, I work on so many Schwinns and bikes. I gotta invest in a bulk of brake pads. I just gotta bite the bullet and just buy some, It's like every time I put a bike together, I'm like, oh, these look okay. And then I get out there and it's like, squeee, or it barely stops or something. It's good to have fresh rubber pads. It's good. Okay, so we're going back down in here. And we'll adjust this a little bit. We got our little Park tool. I was looking for a better bolt here. These are okay. But I really like to use these ones. They don't catch on your clothes or, obviously you're going to have a problem. If your pant leg gets stuck back here, then you're doing something goofy. But I just like that they're smoother, It's nice to have. And I'm sure the bike came that way, like that style. Yeah, I dug around. I couldn't find one. We'll just go with this for now. I don't really like this. I like the acorn style, but we're just going to have to run what you brung. Yeah, so I hope everybody is doing good. Thought I'd kind of mix it up out here today. We did go on the ride. And besides that chain dangling a little on the black Traveler, it handled very well. It shifted perfect. I was complaining during the snow ride about it kind of not wanting to shift into second. But it seems like in the real world, in real world stuff, second gear was working fine. So maybe it was just, I hadn't really tested it under a decent ride, This is kind of wobbly. Okay. So in the real world, after a few miles, the hub just decided to kind of play nice, which was good. And I think it was just the cable. That's the original cable, so I think he was just doing cable stuff. Anyway, it should have been doing the same. It just didn't do the same thing as it was doing earlier on that snow ride. So I'm going to call that hub very good on the black Traveler. All right, let's get this off of here. Center the brake a little bit. Yeah, all is well, folks, in Traveler land. Do you have enough Schwinn Travelers? Apparently not. There we go. Yeah, we got a front brake. All right, let's put these pedals on. Yeah, we're getting it. Almost ready to take this off the stand. I was going to polish up this little rusty light and put it on here, but we can put it off the stand for that one. I don't think I'm going to test it today. There's some nice days coming up. I really wanted to test it this morning, but I just didn't have it done in time. You know, these things happen. All right, let's put a let's look for the right pedal. That's definitely not the right pedal. This is the right pedal. Yeah, these aren't. Don't worry, I've chased these threads on this crank. We have made sure these. I checked the video. It's good if you do a bunch of videos on the same bike. If you forget if you did something, you just go back and look at the video. Yeah. All right, we'll put this on. Good. Let's put this left pedal on. That hub does not sound too good. It's going to be interesting to see what this bike sounds like under load. What is going on here, folks? Pedal is a little bent. You know, this is what we have right now. Yeah, I know I chased these threads, I remember. And it's on video. Okay, pedals on, front cable's on. You know what, let's just take it off the stand ceremoniously, and I don't think I'm going to test it today, but let's get it off the stand. This is actually a pretty big moment. This bike has fought me the whole way. I mean, you saw the other videos. I'll put a link to that first video. This bike has fought me the whole way. I think it was in a flood. That whole lower bottom bracket thing, acorns and rocks. This hub was completely frozen. We had to work on it for like 30 minutes to get this to shift. It still doesn't sound too great. Oops. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, we got to get it off the stand. Dang it. Anyway, it doesn't sound too great. And then these were really bad too. The bearings in there. So this is kind of like the big moment, folks. Wow, this bike has been in different states of non-working for a long time. Woo! Unbelievable. Wow, the big moment. Wow, this is nice. Hope the frame and fork are good. And I got the bars kicked off a little. Let me make sure those are tight. Yeah, the bars are kicked off to the side a little bit. We gotta make sure that's right. There we go. Guess it was a little bit loose there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. They're at least straight now. Okay. Let's make sure this is good. Oh, and it wasn't. Okay. You know, it feels pretty good. The frame feels good. I haven't really... You know what? We're going to have to go test this thing, folks. We have to now. It's off the stand. I gotta know what this hub is gonna do under load. It was doing some really funky stuff when it was frozen. So here we go. We gotta check it out. We gotta. Seems to be frame and fork seem to be fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with that frame and fork, besides being sun-baked. Okay, let's see what, I gotta fix that. Let's see what second gear does here. Oh, there's second. Second sounds fine. It's usually like coasting in second gear when you have a really worn 3-speed hub. You put it in second, you coast really fast, and it's like shoo 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 shoo. Let's see what first gear does here. Oh, we got first. Yeah. All right, let's pop it in second. Second, coast. Huh. I think the hub is fine. Third. No plastic cover on here. It's not the year for it. That one I put on the black bike is incorrect. The Black Traveler. Alright. Yeah, it's supposed to be just a open cover like that. Just the aluminum style. I haven't tested the front brake yet because I'm holding the camera. So we'll have to test that at a later date. Well, folks, I call this a win. This is not bad. What better way to break it in than to test it on the burn pile? All right. Heck, this hub feels fine. Ooh. Okay, front brake works, but the pads suck. This thing back in the shop. Yeah, man, this bike, it's been a long time coming on this sucker. I'll have to look back. I think I got this over a year ago. Woo! Well, well, well. Yeah, I'll have to look back. Yeah, I think I got this thing over a year ago from my buddy John. Oh, I forgot to take the little protector thing off of there. The sticker did not make it very well. There was a sticker that said Alpena, Michigan. Not much of it left because it was being twisted around the stand. I might just remove it now. I don't know. Anyway, whew, yeah, we did pretty good. I gotta look back at the video. I think it was over a year ago when I got this, and everything was frozen. Cranks were frozen. Hub did not shift, it was frozen. Missing the front fender. Obviously the front wheel had some major issues. Fork bearings looked like they went through a flood, and the seat was broken. I think we did pretty good, guys. And I don't know why, but I would rather sell another red one I have than this one. I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to keep this black one too. So if you want that other shinier red one, let me know before I just put it in the permanent Faulkner collection. Heck, I don't know. I might keep all the Travelers. They're just really nice bikes. Something about the chrome chain guard. And look at the difference between the years. I think this one is a 62. I can't remember. I know this one's a 63. I think that's a 62. I can't remember. But the difference, 1 year difference in the chain guard. It's flat here. And it's embossed in there. Little embossments. Oh, maybe that's why this chain doesn't pop. Because it's a different style chain guard. And it keeps it closer in because there's no extension piece here. Not sure. Could just be that I need to move the wheel back and cut those bolts on the fender. Okay. All right, so I guess there's no voting left because that bike's done. I guess the voting is finish the Huffy custom bike or finish this Speedster that's for sale, which only needs pedals, really. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and sorry about the live feed. What I realized was the computer has to be in this area right here, and when you move the computer further this way, the signal gets really choppy. And the internet dude did tell me that, so if I do another live feed, I just got to remind myself, don't move the computer closer, just leave it right there, and just maybe move the workbench closer. Okay, so the next vote is Speedster or the custom Huffy Good Vibrations. Finish that up, which is really needs some de-dusting. Okay, peace out. Go out to your shop, do some work. Think good thoughts. You know, all that stuff, all that good stuff I always say. All right, later. Look at that.